'Tis hell yeah time. Shall we? Come on. You know the drill. Let's do this. Greetings and salutations. It is just past 9. Yeah, on a Thursday night. I know it's Thursday night because I rushed to do the clap. Yeah, I've not got the clap. I rushed to do the clap. Yeah, I see my screen filling up with hell yes. Mel has had a brilliant day. Well, but generally, yeah, trending upwards. Yeah, let me tell you about my day. Let people gather. Let people gather. I'm just stroking Pammy because we can. Yeah, lots of people are coming on. Oh, good morning, Internet Ham. Like that. Oh, that's a good brew. So, how's my day been, Boticle? Actually, it's been rather good. Let me tell you about my day. Okay, today was pour day. Yeah, resin pour, water effects, all that sort of. Well, not the water effects, but pouring the water resin in the water section for the mounting the the waterfalls. Yeah, all 4 of them. Fiddly, because they're all recessed between cork barks, so getting them anchored, getting them fixed. Yeah, but pour went. I've got a little bit of leakage on the waterfall, but it's at the back. Yeah, and I'm expecting it to gel up, so a bit of a top up. These things happen. Yeah, but I've been there before, if you know what I mean. It's like, no, I've seen this before. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I can fix that. Yeah, but it looks beautiful. So that was a massive milestone for me because obviously going tomorrow, and as long as when I put my finger on it, it doesn't squidge. Yeah, that's like, right, all the work you've put into building the actual substructures and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you're not going to have to redo that or take it back or anything like that. So it's just water effects. And the one good thing about surface water effects is in the main, yeah, if you're putting them on resin, if you mess them up, you can wipe them off with a damp cloth or peel them off. Yeah, it's the resin pour, yeah, that, you know, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but I got into the studio and it was like, there were a few challenges through the day, yeah, in all honesty, yeah, and threw me a curveball, step back, right, how are you going to deal with this? Okay. Luckily, I had a few backup options prepared for the waterfall. So when one didn't work, yeah, I made 2 using 2 different materials. Yeah, 2 different suppliers materials. I'll try that one. That works perfectly. Yeah, so the resin was all poured. Like I say, a little bit of leakage. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, when you do resin work, yeah, unless you're really stretching it out and going for like letting the dams completely seal, you know what I mean, overnight, yeah, you're always going to get a bit of leakage, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and I've dealt with it and I've coped with it, and I'll go in tomorrow and whatever I've got to deal with, I will deal with, because that is the way of terrain. Yeah, but I've got to say, it looked beautiful when I left. Really did. Yeah, I had to sneak out of the studio. Yeah, because I didn't want to disturb anything. So, major milestone passed. Now, if I do that, I can get the last few bits done over the next couple of days, work days, obviously. Yeah, got the kids this weekend. Technically, you only need to photograph the nozzles, even if the resin is not set. Can bin it afterwards. Not true, knots. One, we're raffling or auctioning or doing something with these, yeah, to raise money for charity afterwards. Second, if it hasn't cured properly, you know, I don't want to go in and do water effects on it. You know, there's the resin, then there's the water surface effects like the waves and the rapids and, you know, the ford and the waterfall and the foam and the spray and there's a bloody long list of water effects I've got to do for this bloody book. I'm not complaining, yeah, because I wrote them. It's your fault. I know. That could be a thing. That could go a whole few ways, couldn't it, folks? So anyway, yeah, massive win today. Massive win. I am really delighted, in all honesty. Yeah. I think a weight off a few people's chests in the team and that sort of stuff, you know, because it is a critical thing. And as you know, I've been getting into things, if you know, after the health concerns and that sort of stuff. And so, getting back into it and having to do the most challenging terrain feature you can do to the very best of your ability. And what did I do? I did a 6-foot modular, 10-inch wide, river, where the banks were made 100% completely out of slivers of cork bark. All the rocks are cork bark. Yeah, the banks were sculpted out of gloop. Yeah, the aggregates were the rocks that I collected from cutting the cork bark, and every piece on it has been shaped and picked. Now, it's 6 foot long. Okay, so just in 5 to 10 mil slivers. Yeah, I have picked, trimmed, and shaped 12 foot long of 5 to 10 mil slivers for the banks. And that doesn't include the rapids where I've done the stepping stones. You know, the rapids are all the individual rocks where you can see it a little bit clearer, and with, you know, the translucence and that sort of stuff. They're all little bits. In fact, yeah, there's a little bit of chinchilla dust on it. Yeah, because I run out of just dust I'd managed to gather sweeping up from the pile after yeah. But that's just for the Ford. Yeah, because that needs to be more earthy than rocky. Yeah. But everything is cork bark, which was a git to stick down. But it stuck. I stuck it down. Yeah. Oh. So that's 12 foot of slivers of cork bark. And then, you know, I built a waterfall which has 3 individual pools. 1, 2, 3, and 4 waterfalls. Can get a sneak peek one of these nights. Yeah. Dave may tell me off, but I suppose it'd be low res. What could I show you? I can show you pre-pour. Yeah. The reason why I say that is so it would be because it's 6 foot long, and because of how I've had to arrange it, yeah, I've had to hold it up on the table, right? Now this is all I can show you. Yeah, and I'm showing it because I'm really pleased with it. And do you know what? One of the things that's been a real challenge about the book is it really has been my very best work. On the feature pieces, I mean, a lot of the pieces are done to what I call a tabletop standard, because it's about getting people to make the terrain essentials and feeling good. But in every section, I've nailed it. Yeah, I have nailed it. Yeah, and this is before the resin pour. Yeah, but I've nailed it. Sorry, Dave. Sorry if I've stolen your thunder, but I've got to show that off. I think we're all happy. Then again, showing that off is nothing, because it's only just had the resin poured onto it, and it looks even way better than that. And I haven't even done the water surface effects and the waterfalls on that. And remember, folks, yeah, everything to make that, absolutely everything you need to know. Yeah, including the errors, and you know, you'll see the leak in the book, because I won't hide it. You'll learn from it. Just like I learned from my first leak years ago. Yeah, been here before, know what that is. I can deal with that. Yeah, here's the battle plan. But everything you need to know to do that, the colours, the aggregates, how to stop it warping, how to make it modular, the shading, the colour tones, yeah, the planning of it, the waterfalls, the cork bark work, every little bit of making which is truly an amazing piece. And look at it this way. How often do I brag about my own work? You know me. Yeah, I don't brag about but I've really pulled it out of the bag in this book. I wish I could show you the hill. Yeah, I took photos of the hill. Yeah, showed it to people. And they thought it was somewhere I'd gone camping. And I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, it's up here. And this, oh, yeah. I was like, no, it's on the tabletop. Mel's a tease. It's just good advertising. No, it's one of the challenges of the book has been, not being able to share my terrain with you, which is one of the joys of being the terrain tutor and doing the YouTube channel, and so to do my very best work, and it is, yeah, and not be able to show you. But we're coming to the end, which means once the book's out, I'll be able to show little more photos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that I had to show. Now, sending text to Mr. Taylor. You best hide. Don't, Cat. Just tell him Mel is very happy. In fact, he knows I'm very happy. We were chatting earlier. He needs to finish it. We are on the downward slope, and I've got to say, really productive week so far in the studio. I'm finding I'm averaging between 6 and 8 hours. Yeah, and it's not depending on what time I leave. Yeah, it's depending on what time I get into the studio. Yeah, I'm sort of aiming that. I don't leave the studio till at least sort of 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah. The challenge is, life, family, logistics, house. Yeah. Sometimes I get in a little later. Yeah, but I am easily doing a good 6 hours. Yeah, 8 tops, which is good. Yeah, if I keep this momentum up and I keep up with the writing and that sort of stuff, which is getting better, I can see an end in sight. Yeah, and I can see us making it a lot quicker than it's taken to get this far. So, Mel is a happy boy on that. Now, I did have a little bit of family drama. Wasn't expecting the kids to call round. I was getting into the bath. That was close. So, Mel was on his toes earlier. Dan saying, Terrain tutor, I know what you mean. I was late to the living room this morning. I'm actually enjoying getting up, to be perfectly honest. I'm enjoying enforcing a structure on my week. Yeah. It works for me. Yeah, but prior to an earlier stage in the lockdown when we're doing isolations for each every night, and especially when I wasn't seeing the kids, we were just, it was groundhog. Now I'm enjoying right, I've got a structure. I know what time I go get up, what time I go to work, roughly. Yeah, what time I leave work. I'm still working now, to be perfectly honest, if we're honest. Yeah, and I will be pottering about and doing writing and odd little odds and stuff after, this show. Yeah, but, I'm enjoying a bit of structure. So when is the book ready? Or is it like Duke Nukem Forever? No, it's not Duke Nukem. I'm working on it in sections and feature builds. And we've got 3 feature builds to do. Yeah, and a bit more work. So, yeah. I'd like to have it wrapped up by the time we get out of lockdown. Yeah, but I don't. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know when we're coming out of lockdown. I'm assuming we're going to be coming out of lockdown, to be truthful, mid-June-ish. Yeah, so I'd like to get it all wrapped up for then, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and it's achievable. And if I carry on trending with, how things are going and everything, yeah, it should be more than achievable. But I don't want to put any actual that's one of those, right, what do you think? In the back of my head ones. It's not a business like statement or anything like that. It's just right, for my thing, based on what I know I've got to do and how things are going and right. Because one of the things I've got that's a challenge when you're doing the book and you're building something creative is I've got to decide how long I want to invest in a feature build. To be truthful, yeah, I could invest a month in the river section. You know what I mean? Just on the build, 160 hours. I could invest 2 months in, a ruined manor house. So it's really down. How long till the book is finished is realistically down to how much time I want to invest into giving the best train I can do without dragging it out. Yeah, but packing it with as much that you can learn from as well. So you can do that, if you know what I mean. And it's a real challenge, to be perfectly honest. The river sections, if I'm honest, I could write a book on river sections, an entire book. Yeah, so it's a real challenge to try and pack in as much of the essential info, yeah, and still give you terrain that looks like that. The essential info gives you that. Can you imagine what it'd be like if I did a book on rivers with clearly what you can see? You know what I mean? So that's a challenge. That's a real challenge. Yeah. And so, when will the book be finished? I'm juggling, yeah, how many pages I've got left of space compared to those that I've filled, and I've filled. Yeah, I've filled. Dave just fit one more photo in there for me. Can we get this in? How about if I box it this and then we'll show it at the end, then I can do that. Right, okay. But anyway, yeah, I've got so many pages left. I've got so many teaching points I want to show you, and I want to build, yeah. So I've got to turn that into words and turn that into the least possible words that can be, and then I've got to figure out the photos that will support that information in the least number of photos. So you not only take a photo where you're showing the technique, but subtly in the photo, what you're doing is you've got the material, the tools, yeah, half of the prior stage of the technique showing, yeah, so that in a single photo, yeah, you don't just see the technique that you're doing, you see the workspace, you get a feel for everything, yeah. So the photo tells everything. So I have to plan those photos. I have to figure out where on my waterfall I'm going to glue the first bit so that you can see it and my hand doesn't block it, yeah, if I'm doing foam effects, yeah. Then figure out how I'm going to hold the next one whilst I've got all the tools and the other foams prepared, and take a photo, yeah, which is like that sometimes, because I'm making these things whilst I'm taking photos. We have proper shots, yeah, stage shots, and then we have lots of on the fly shots. So when you see a technique being demonstrated in the book, that's not, although I'm saying this is how I'm going to set it up, I'm literally working on the piece that's going on it. Yeah, so it's not a matter of just like, right, do this and then take a photo, clickety click. No, yeah, I have to plan the photos. I have to position pieces so you can see as many. So if I take a photo of like, look at these rapids, it's not just showing the rapids, it's showing the blue wash on the rocks that make the rocks on the bank look slightly translucent and in water. Yeah, it's showing the shading effects, it's showing the highlighting effects. Yeah, and so I'm juggling a lot of things to give you to make the best terrain I can. Yeah, and then explain how to make that terrain in the least number of photos and the least number of texts, so I can fit it on my remaining pages, which are just a little bit short of what I had allocated, but I've got better at this writing malarkey. So, and I'm doing that whilst I'm pouring resin and trying to make the best terrain I can make. I'll tell you what though, yeah, after I finish this book, when we step down, the terrain I'm going to knock out. Videos are $1 compared to making books. I'll be knocking it with what I've learned from the book and the speed and the how to organise things, builds and structure things and project management, that sort of stuff. Yeah. You better hold on to your hats because I'm going to be banging these videos. Patrons, you need to set your maximum support. Yeah, don't leave it, because, you might wake up and find out I've posted 30 videos in a month. Because Mel... Right. Ha. Right, let's have a Pammy chat. When the book is finished, if we're still in lockdown and distribution is delayed, will you still release PDF first? I don't know. It's not a question that we've even thought about, and to be truthful, I think that the answer that's a question to answer when the book is finished and we have a look at what situation the world is in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because so many open variables right now. Just built three shelf bookcases. Keep chatting. I'm building. You crack on, Will. I know. I've done that. Stroke the panda. I'm going to. No building yesterday. We need paint and glue today. I have spent the entire day crafting, young lady. I know there are demands on me. But, yeah, I'm saving my hobby. Because we've got, right, I'm sorry about this. We've got Corbin on Friday night. Yeah. We've got Willow on Sunday night. Yeah. And Saturday night, we've got Corbin and Willow. I know. Might play Pandemic with them. But not crafting with us, your loyal base. Ooh. Stampy. Yes, but I've got my kids coming over. I am doing some hobby and I'm recording videos, Kat. Yeah, on that terrain stuff. All this fancy stuff I've been doing. Come on, Catherine wants to see some plastic. She gets... She gets antsy if she doesn't get our terrain, does our cat. Make Willow glue barrels to stuff. Oh, yeah. Mutiny? Oh! Just a little bit. Oh, a little bit more. Oh, just a little bit. I don't even know what I'm coming up here to get. It's because Cat's bullied me. I don't even know what I'm going to do on it. I don't even know if there's anything to do on it. I wasn't... Do you know I fried my brick? Do you know... Right. Okay. Discs. Whole discs. Right. Want that concentration. Right. Okay. So that concentration is... That's 2 drops to 25 grams at 3 mil. Right. Okay. Know that. 2 drops, 25 grams 3 mil. Right. Want a Mediterranean sort of turquoisey look to it. Check that. Yeah, got that. All right, that's a ratio of 4:1. Blue to turquoise. Right. Okay. Okay, so I need for 3 sections, I need 300 grams of resin. How many drops and of what do I need in that for tinting? That's been my day. I've done waterfalls. I am not crafting. No, you're not bullying me tonight, Kat. I will train with the kids with absolute pleasure. Yeah, over the weekend. But no. Yeah, also you have to accept, that you can have terrain burnout. And if you've done too much creating and if you have really thought, then you shouldn't really, you shouldn't really be trying to create what you hope to be another feature piece. So, no. Did you finish the wiring? Yeah, I threw a load more wiring on that. We did all that, didn't we? Ooh. That's still not glued down because I need to painty. Yeah, but I like the wiring on that. It's worked out. Whoa. Let me spin it round. Yeah. Got the wiring there at the front. Yeah, I got some more there. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I got this one that sort of goes into that computer panel there as well. That's nice. Yeah, and obviously we've got all the generator ones. To be truthful, I want to see if I can get a gamer kill team in with Corb. Willow's far more into her dungeoneering games, to be perfectly honest. Oh. But yeah, I want to get some gaming in. Not without paint. Needs some barrels. Does need some barrels, actually. What you get? Think of it as an early birthday present from you to me. God. I'm not your child, Catherine. You're not my mum. Well, your second mum. Tony Tiger, I'll be replacing a slate roof next week, Mel. If you can do anything with weathered slate, if you can drop a few my back alley, mate. I'm still thinking to go board colours. Thinking it will look mean if so. Yes, I am still thinking board colours. Yeah. I must admit, I am thinking the old Dremel. Now I'm getting back into the terrain bug. I'll be honest with you. With needing to finish the book, this has been a project at home. Yeah. As things progress with the book, yeah, and once I get the book finished, yeah, I'm going to drop another chunk of cash, yeah, on plastics. And I'm going to build some specific with glow effects. Yeah. Also, after today and my resin effects, I want to do a specific resin set as well. Now, this is just my basic Mechanicum set. Yeah, this is just basic Mechanicum. Yeah, for the table. But I've got other industrial themes I want to explore that I can make subsets of, that I can either pull one piece in just for a bit of variety, or I can pull all of them in for theming. I'm only in Harts Hill, so it's not a problem. Hey, sounds good. Shoot me an email, dude. Who watched Sharp here? Who watched Sharp? Who watched Sharp here? Great series. Brilliant series. Love Sharp. That's it. He called her Catherine. Time for body armour. I tell you what, she'll kill me. Next time I'm in the States, she's gonna kick me. Hey, Army. Mel, if you keep an eye on eBay, you can get a Ninja All-Stars Chibi Mini Ball War Game at 20 quid to encourage Willow and Terrain, with so many wonderful ideas there. Oh no, what do you call it? We love our Super Dungeon Explore. And Willow's painted models up for her chibis. She likes chibi characters. She hasn't replied. Oh no, she has. Oh, she's not talking to me now. Right. Mel, offhand, I can't remember, but have you done static grass applying tutorial without the fancy tool? Yes. Go back. Oh, Jesus. Back to basics. Green work, I think it was. It'll either be in the back to basics. In fact, I think there's a full video in the back to basics, and it's broken down in chunks at the start of the terrain tutorials, greenery, shrubs, trees, one playlist. Look at the playlist, look for back to basics playlist, and also look for terrain tutorials, greenery and foliage, I think it is. Just go for the one with the trees and the green in. And it'll either be at the start of that or at the very end of the playlist, because it was one of the very earliest. Mel had hair and it wasn't grey. Did you get Willow any of the 40k chibis? The 40k chibis? I've got 40k chibis in there. I ripped his head off. At that rate, Willow will be an heavy metal team. She's quite a talented artist, is our Willow, to be truthful. Oh, I'm not searching all the way through that. Right. It's amazing how each new painting generation is pushing skills. We're seeing it in the terrain world as well. Do you know what I mean? But that's what we want in creative arts. You know what I mean? We want people taking what has been laid down and having a play with it and coming up with new stuff. New products, new tools, new ways of manufacturing come out all the time. And I love how Terrainiacs pick it up and run with it. I have decided, I don't know. I teach, I inspire. I just have a laugh and just get people building terrain. I've done enough pioneering. I'll find some more stuff out as I go, but we've got a hell of a terrain community going. Between the YouTubers, the bloggers, people on Facebook, with people with 100,000 subscribers, with people with no subscribers who are just doing stuff and posting it on the Facebook group. What's your new favourite YouTuber doing terrain from the new generation? I don't know, to be truthful. If, in all honesty, I haven't been following them. Yeah. With doing the book and everything, I've actually stepped back from watching YouTube and that sort of stuff and just been cracking on. And everyone knows with everything else. Yeah, so it's re-exploring YouTube and seeing who's out there and who's come up. I mean, I think it's Real Terrain Hobbies who's knocked some wonderful stuff out. Yeah. So yeah, what you call it? But that's what the terrain world's about. Do you know what I mean? And every creative art is about. I mean, who would have ever thought resin artists would become a thing? You know what I mean? And it always surprises me in Spode. The things that come along that you would never have thought. One, is that an artistic practice? But not only that, you're making a living at it. High Eye Workshop does some really nice pieces. Modelling for Advantage. Me! Real Terrain Hobbies is beyond awesome. His waves on the Wizard Castle were unbelievable. Yeah, I think I did see those. They were beautiful. So yeah, what you call it? There's a lot of people come up and there's a lot of things going on, but the hobby just keeps getting better, to be perfectly honest. I'm finding a passion for it. Yeah, I'm finding my passion for it, but I'm also finding a passion for a lot of other things. You know what I mean? And especially gaming and playing. Yeah, there's been a lot of building and that sort of stuff, but I've built more tables than I've played games on them. And that's not right, is it? Okay. D-Day board, had half a game on that. Frostgrave, the big Ultra, never played on that. The urban board for the rulebook for Turf War Z, never played on that. 6 foot trenches, never played on that. There's so many. That's not right, is it? I've built some of the most beautiful tables in the world. So I've been told. I've never rolled dice on them. Always too stressed. Getting them out the door at the last minute. No time to roll the dice on them. Spend months on them. That's... Gonna have to fix that, I think. I think I'm gonna have to start rolling some dice on my tables. Ooh, can you imagine playing a game with the terrain from the book? The thing is, I've covered that many different styles and systems and environments. Yeah, in individual pieces, so I can showcase as many different painting techniques and building techniques as possible, and flocking techniques. Yeah, it would be a menagerie of a table. It would look like one of those tables where you've just got a load of random stuff and just throwing it on the table and it completely doesn't go. Yeah, but it'll be a scatter of a load of like tabletop standard and of groups of various things. And then some really high feature pieces. Yeah, that really don't go together. That'd be a bizarre game. I'm going to have to do it. There's a terrain tutor miniature of me. Martin sent me. I've got to pick it up from the post office. They were shut today when I went, when they were supposed to be open. But I could have a game of me running away from zombies in my terrain from the book. Like normal games club terrain then. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mel's Chin Dits versus 40k in Frostgrave. Modeling for Advantage. Question. What would you say was the right wall height proportional for an underground fighting with loads of rooms and such? So you can actually see the models, but it doesn't look stupid. Hand height, mate. That high. Simple as. Otherwise, it may look a little bit stupid, but you could go more realistic and not actually be able to get your models in. Functionality first. Kat's saying she really enjoys seeing what folks do with raw materials for scratch kits. Nothing wrong with kits or models. I just like repurposing trash. Yeah. To be truthful, Kat, I do as well. Yeah. The problem is we're in bloody lockdown and there's no car boot sales. That was my plan. I was going to get a load of stuff for this build. And then car boot sales stopped. Tam saying, "Are you running away from Two Gun Pammy?" Yeah, there's got to be something we can do with that, hasn't there? There's got to be. That's it, Mel. Look to the future and you can get your club going, rolling dice with the boy. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to start building the club at home and then I'm going to launch it at Spode. Yeah, I'm going to open it up to like members of the public. Yeah, and people can come along and they can game on my terrain. Yeah, so I'll have plenty. We'll start off with a few tables. We'll go with my friends. They'll help me build it, but you know, and I don't even know what I'll call the club. But can you imagine what it'd be like where you can absolutely guarantee your training club has the best terrain of any gaming club in the country? Why? Because we use Mel's personal terrain sets. We play on his Burma boards. We play on his Kill Team boards. I've got my Stalingrad board to build. On the castle. Listen seriously on the castle. I'm going to have to hire another studio for that. That's a big affair. That's going to involve grants and stuff like that. You would be a great hobby club, Mel. I think it'd be good, to be truthful, and it's doable. It is practical. And, you know, I welcome visitors. I mean, there's a hotel at Spode, and it's a cheap hotel. They do these like they do like these bedsit apartments. So it's like a hotel room with your bathroom, but it also comes with a little kitchen. Yeah, and I think they're only like £45 for the night, and they're on site with free parking. Yeah, there's a bar on site. You know what I mean? So, you know, if we decide to have a weekend jolly and roll some dice and do a campaign over a weekend, we spread my terrain out. I ask you guys to bring some jungle tables up. Yeah, and we play, right, what we're going to play. We'll play this. We'll have a bit of a campaign through the day, a bit of a narrative campaign. Do you know what I mean? You know, first battles will affect this and, you know, and we'll work, because I love campaigns and narratives. So rather than having like a tournament, we'll have a bit of red versus blue something. Yeah, because I love organising that sort of stuff. I used to write a blog called Going On Campaign, which was all about campaign rules. Have you tried speaking to English Heritage about grants for the castle? I'm speaking to quite a famous castle about rebuilding their castle and them having it in their really famous castle. And I'm doing it for free if they don't mind, sort of like, there's some things I want in return. Yeah. But they've got to handle the picking it up, the transport from my studio. Yeah. And also the installation in the Great Hall of their castle, or wherever they put it in their castle. but it's big. But I ain't doing that. I ain't risking that. No chance. Leave that to the experts. That's the name for your club. Going on terrain. I like that. Bar sounds good. I can walk Spode from here. Yeah, easy. Harts Hill's a doddle, isn't it? Because it's only just... Have you seen the watchable of the heads they've put up in Stoke? And the banners? They're like the tiki heads, the massive ones on the lampposts. Tony. One of the people that I'm chatting to actually lives just round from the studios. I have a bookcase full of little tins full of bits and bobs that folks give me, or I save from the trash. Friends leave me bags of their kids' busted toys or old dollhouse things. You see, I want to build up to that stage, but I didn't have the space, to be perfectly honest, in the studio. Now I've taken on a second studio, I'll be able to scratch build a lot more, to be perfectly honest. Any idea when you will be back in the studio? I am back in the studio. I've been back in the studio every day this week, and I was back in the studio every day last week. I'm just focusing on finishing the last sections of the book. And I'm pretty much wrapping up the water section now. You know, work-wise, there's probably about 6 hours. Well, okay, let me say 8. Yeah, because you know I'm going to fiddle and try and get it looking bloody perfect. Because I will. Because I want to, and I'm going to. Yeah. But I reckon 8 hours work. It just needs to be spread over a few days. The issue is I'm working, when doing surface effects, I'm using a few different materials, and some of those materials are going to need a good few days curing before I can like do some more effects to them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and so work-wise, it's good. So work-wise is a little bit of work-wise on finishing the river and the waterfall sections, practical-wise, the build, like I say, about 8 hours, and then probably another 8 hours, writing, but that's going to be spread over a few days. So realistically, I imagine I'm going to drip and flow into it and wrap it all up, sort of, I'm hoping, early next week. Yeah, it's just I've got the kids over the weekend, so we'll see. We'll see what sort of mood I am for writing and, you know, that sort of stuff. Right, I think the YouTube comments have dropped out because they haven't continued, and everyone's shouting, he doesn't know, but we know they haven't come back. And to be perfectly honest, guys, my bladder is screaming at me. So we can't even fill the screen with hell yeah. So I'm going to leave this to the Facebookers and the Twitchers, all 4 of you. Yeah, guys, I'm going to call it. I've had a brilliant day, to be perfectly honest. No, I'm not building terrain, but I've got the kids over at the weekend, so no doubt I will be crafting and up to something. Orxie's jumped in with a hell yeah. It's been really good. Massive progress made. On the up, as ever. Yeah. I'll see you soon, folks. In fact, I'll see you tomorrow night. Corbin first. Oh, God, we're going to be talking about donuts and police officers again. Right. Catch you tomorrow, folks. All the best. Ta-ra.